Right then, here we go. Time for another episode of Can I Beat the Pole Lap Classic Edition. Today we're here at the Hockenheim in the 2018 Ferrari, looking to beat Sebastian Vettel's pole lap of a 1 minute 11.212. This was one of Seb's most underrated pole laps, I think, and very much, of course, got overshadowed because of what happened in the race. Now, before we talk about that, I'm going to quickly say, guys, a big thank you for the support on the first episode with Michael Schumacher trying to beat his pole lap in the 2012 Monaco Grand Prix. And yeah, we're going to try and push on, do more of these. We are currently in the summer break of the real life F1 sport, so every weekend I'll have an episode for you guys until F1 eventually returns so we can continue with the normal series on the channel. So for this one, we're going to try and beat Seb's 1:11.2 at the Hockenheim in 2018. This was prime Sebastian Vettel. I think this qualifying session was, I think, Ferrari and Seb at peak harmony in terms of, you know, everything working together. Seb just seemed a level above at the time. So we're going to try it and see what we can do. Currently we're in a completely stock setup and we'll try and get a banker on the board and we'll see what we can do and hopefully improve. Currently on the super soft tyres, the best lap was set on ultra softs back when we had the rainbow allocation, of course, on the tyres. So yeah, let's try and see what we can do here. Turn 1 is almost flat already. This car is very sensitive in the low speed and the back end wants to snap away very quickly. Let's see then what we can do as a banker lap. I think if I can get maybe like a 1:14, that would be pretty decent to start off. Hairpin time. Brakes. Going to dip down a second gear to get a bit more drive. No wheel spin. Nicely done. Like I said, stock setup, so I'm not even sure how much fuel the car's got, but I'm assuming it's quite heavy. A little bit too early on the downshifts there, getting the gearbox falling as we head through the Mercedes-Benz grandstand. This car is really nice to drive, especially once the tyres are warmed up. Into the Sachs curve and the stadium complex. Nicely done. Into the hairpin, steady on the exit. Through the little chicane, into now the final couple of corners. Use the camber to your advantage. Back end gets very light through the final corner, but now up to the line we go. And our first lap is a 1:14.8. So more or less what I was hoping for and what I was aiming for. So let's make some adjustments and let's see if we can start to shave off the lap time and get to that 1:11.2, which is currently 3.6 seconds away. Here we go then, lap number 2. Hopefully we can get a bit closer. We'll run a bit more engine mode. We're now on the ultra softs, so this is the correct tyre. I've also reduced the fuel quite a bit. So yeah, wing adjustment to make the car a bit more stable, so a bit more rear wing and a bit less front wing to see if I can be a bit more planted in traction zones. Well, let's see what the pace looks like. Turn 1 then, at the 50. Turn in, probably going to go flat through there once we get it all hooked up. Turn 2. Got the downshift warning again, they're a bit too aggressive. Power down. Out of 3, back end wants to really try and snap away from me there on the power as we go through the transition. Now down the back straight. Get ready for the hairpin. Spot the 100. That's more like it on the downshifts, leaving them quite late. Power down in second gear, nice and early. And now let's see if we can try and push this braking zone a little bit more into the Mercedes-Benz grandstand. No downshift warning this time, keeping it nice and tidy. Now through the fast right-hander, taking a bit of a wide line, slightly on the sausage curb, which isn't ideal. Little left into the fast right as we now head into the hairpin. A little bit early there, just found a bit too much front grip, which had to correct myself. The final few corners, taking a much wider entry to see if I can carry some more speed in 5th. Back end much more planted, car much more balanced. Across the line, and it's a 12.9, so it's a big improvement, not as big as I expected. That still leaves us 1.7 seconds away, which is still a bit of a gap, so we'll make some more adjustments and see if we can get a bit closer. Right then, let's see how this goes. The fuel has now been cut to pretty much enough to get a lap done, so we'll run a bit more engine mode as well, and I've also gone back up on the front wing. I've kept the rear wing the same. I want to keep that rear stability. Well, let's see. Tyres are nice and cool, so they should be at the perfect temp for sector 3. Turn 1 completely flat, there we go. That's more like it. Turn 2, getting a bit of an early apex there. Powering up in 3rd, 4th, 5th. Excellent first sector, right on the money. Up by 4/10 already. Down the back straight we go. Into the hairpin. Let's try and make the car a bit more agile through here. Struggling with the rotation. Still found time though. Still tidy. Just you don't really have to hit the apex there. The key thing is the braking and also the exit. Mercedes-Benz grandstand turning in a bit earlier this time to get the nose in. That's more like it. Avoid the sausage curve on the exit. Scrub off a bit more speed. Sachs curve. Keeping it in 7th. Car working beautifully. A little bit wide there. Just got a bit too aggressive on the downshift. Got the warning and missed the gear. So a bit of time lost there. Final couple of corners. A little bit of outwash as we understeer wide. Bit of a snapper oversteer as the tyres get hot across the line. 12-0. That's a bit closer. That's more like it. Right, make some more adjustments. I reckon we'll see. I've got a bit more fuel, maybe one more click to go, and I've got a touch more engine mode to use, but the wings I'm happy with, the brakes I'm happy with, so it's just about driving now, putting it all together. That's the real key thing now. One more send before we then go into full focus mode. We've got all the engine modes on now. I've got a little bit more on my sleeve in case I need it, but this is going to be a proper attempt. Car feels so light for the final corner every single time. Here we go. A bit wide there, but kept it on track limits. Oh, power. Really noticeable there with the engine mode. This is going to really help us gain some time on the back straight. Let's see if we can try and get this hairpin sorted out. Braking a bit earlier, trying to scrub off a bit more speed at the apex to get the car closer to the apex. Still finding time, although a bit of oversteer on the exit. Down the gears. Up in that curve, which isn't ideal. Trying to carry speed through here, which is very delicate. Up by half a second. Oh, that was fast. Again, hit with the downshift warning. We wash out of the camber, which gives me some understeer. That's more like it through the penultimate corner there, dipping into that camber. Up to the line we go. 11.5. Oh, we're getting close. Don't have much more now in terms of adjustments. All I've got is one more engine mode to find and basically just try to clean up the lap. So, yeah, let's go for it. Big one. Oh, the extra power is making me cause mistakes. Yes, there we go. What a lap. 1 minute 10.8. Took me a while. Took me a few attempts, but that was super clean. Really happy with that. What a lap. So as always, I'll quickly run you through the setup. So we were running the ultra soft tyre, I actually just decreased the rear tyre pressures a little bit to give myself a bit more rear traction. Fuel, I was running 4 litres, enough for an outlap and a time lap. Electronics were set to qualifying, and motor, back then there was no, party modes were allowed, engine modes were allowed, so basically full power for this one. Then aero was 20 and 10. I actually went up on the rear for the last best lap because I wanted more rear stability, which basically let me to get the power down super early and keep it planted through some of these corners, especially turn 1. So that was better for us. Brakes on 51 rearward bias, and then the rest of the car was default in terms of all the other settings. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more daily F1 content. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes, guys. That is going to be the like target for today's episode. I want to see if you guys are interested, if you're enjoying it, if you want to see more of it. Also, down below, give me your suggestions for other episodes. I know Hamilton Singapore 2018 is extremely popular, so that one is on the list, but there's a few other laps which I think deserve recognition and a bit of a spotlight before we get to that one eventually. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, also the mods will be linked down there as well, so go check those out in the description. And yeah guys, cheers for watching. As always, a big shout out to the channel members. Check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already, guys, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and let's goodbye from me.